Betsy, and today we have a fun video. We are going to be testing out the new Sugar Drizzle Polish Paint Me Green and Call Me a Pickle because I am done dealing with you palette. Isn't that the cutest name? So this palette retails for $21.95. They're on their second pre-order right now, which ships in about 3 to 4 weeks. I paid for this myself. Y'all know I love green eyeshadow, and I say tickle my pickle all the time, and pickles are actually one of my favorite foods, so I could not resist this. So we're gonna start off by swatching her, and then we will get into a look. So the first shade is Fried Pickles, which is a lime with a little bit of almost blue to it, but not much. Then we have Pickle Juice, which is a blue to purple with a little bit of magenta duochrome or multichrome. Dill Pickle, which is a gold to pink duochrome. Dr. Pickles, which is a Kelly green matte. And there are 4 shimmers and 2 mattes in this palette, which I'm perfectly fine with. Then we have In a Pickle, which is like a pink to green shift. And then last but not least is Tickle My Pickle, which is more of like a dirty lime. So that's what the color story looks like. And one of the things I do love about this is if you were wanting to try some of like those wet duochrome kind of shadows, like from that are Adept or Alien, or you know, there's a lot of brands that offer those right now. If you were interested in trying them and not wanting to buy a whole palette of it, this is a good way because it's only 6 shades, it's 20 bucks, it's not super expensive to be able to do that and try them out. So I have already primed my eyes with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. Y'all know that's one of my favorites. We're gonna grab a Cleona blending brush and we're gonna start off by going into that shade Tickle My Pickle. Because yeah, I can't say no to green, that's pretty. And to me, this is a great way because like they have their own big palettes of the really pretty and sparkly wet looking shimmers. I was going to buy the Pizza Cat palette, but it sold out before I got to it. And this is a great way to try out the brand to see if their mattes are good as well. And so far, I mean, that definitely seems to be doing what it's supposed to, don't you think? It's laying down, it's not having any issues blending. Definitely easy. Especially now that I have the green hair. It's like the only color eyeshadow I want to put on my eyes right now is green. I am loving the green hair. And, you know, it's been a while, a long time since I went this bold with my hair. I mean, I've done red, but I don't feel like red is as bold. Maybe it is, but I don't feel like red is as bold as green. So I'm just taking that brush and bringing this color up with what's left so it has a really good gradient, but keeping the bulk of the color towards the back of the eyes. Now, I'm gonna grab, this is a BK Beauty 202. This is like a little pointy blender brush, which is one of my favorite styles of blender brushes, or blending brushes. And this is like, I have, I think 5 of these brushes because they're so amazing. And they are great. You see how easy that fits into that hood crease and really brings the color in. I am in love. Look how good. And see, simple, easy. I mean, it just doesn't get much better than that, does it? But yeah, I think that this is so far blending and working the way that an eyeshadow palette would. And that's a good thing that these mattes are doing, you know, because there are some brands that are similar to Sugar Drizzle that, you know, the shimmers are good, but the mattes aren't great. And these are actually really good mattes, just in case you're wondering. And I mean, really good as in they're performing at what I would consider a much higher price point matte would perform. And sometimes better than even some of those. Like there's enough pigmentation. See how smooth and easy that blend was? I mean, come on. So now I'm gonna go back in with that limey green and just go over the edges and make sure it's all blended, because blending is one of the biggest things to me for an eye look. Okay, so and now I'm going to grab, this is a Sigma E55, and we're going to apply some glitter glue all over the lid. And this is my preferred method for doing any type of shimmer. I feel like it helps keep it in place, and I don't know. Especially since my eyes are older, it helps get it in there and keeping it where it needs to be too. So I'm just applying that all over. And we're gonna go into Pickle Juice, which is that purple. And I'm going to tap this pretty much all over my eyelid. Look how pretty that looks together. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. And if I'm not as talkative, just remember I am dealing with new medicine and just other stuff, and it will get better. But I want people to know what's going on, but I want to know what's going on before I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind talking when I have health issues about my health issues, but I want to know what the health issues are, like definitive answers before I really get into it. Because that way I don't get a lot of questions. I'm going back in with that 202 and going over, making sure that edge is blended where the purple meets that green. And it's performing really, really well. Okay, so I like how that looks. I'm gonna wipe this brush off, and I'm gonna go into In a Pickle, which is that super shiny green that has a little bit of blue to it. And I'm gonna take that and apply it towards the front of the eye. Tell me this isn't giving you straight up Beetlejuice Halloween vibes. We're in the spooky season, so I think that's okay. But yeah, just bringing that in, not all the way. Oh yeah. I really like that. And it makes it fun. Okay. Okay, so this is the tops of the eyes done. I'm gonna go off camera, do the rest of my face. We'll come back and do the lower lash line and then talk about my thoughts on the pickle powder. I'm back and I have the rest of my face on. I use the Huda Glowish in Tan Light. This is the Soft Radiance Bronzer. This is one of my favorites. I use the Moira blush in the Soft Berry. And I used the Makeup by Mario Honey Highlight. In my waterline, I used Teaspoon by ColourPop, and then on my lips, I used Womankind, which is one of their lip balms by KVD Vegan Beauty. So, most of, as you can see, my makeup is on. Now I need to do something under my eyes. So we're gonna go into fried pickles. I think that that will look pretty good under the eyes. I may need to take and go into Dr. Pickles just a little bit. Use that on the outer portion of the eye. See how good that looks? Just to give it a little bit more depth and just bringing it down. And then let's go back into fried pickles, because fried pickles, because it is a shimmer, Yeah, there we go. I love how this looks. It is very pretty color story, honestly. You know, the purple to me is like an unexpected touch, but I don't think it's a bad touch. I'm gonna take that Cleona brush that had, what was that shade called? Tickle My Pickle, my favorite name in the palette, and go and make sure that's all smoothed out under my eyes. Grab a little pencil brush, and this is one of the Odin's one, the FR6, and we're going to, don't drop it, go into Dill Pickles and use that as our inner corner highlight. So, there we go. See how pretty that looks though? Okay, my camera cut off. I'm not sure where it cut off, but this is the finished look. What do you think? I think it is absolutely stunning. And for $21, $22, I think it's a great deal. They do run sales, so you might want to look for that, but I would definitely recommend the Paint Me Green and Call Me a Pickle because I'm done dealing with you palette. I think it's great. But I guess that's it for today's video. Don't forget to check out my other content. Check me out on my socials, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. But yeah, I guess that's it. So we'll see y'all later. Bye.